everyone. Good morning. It's Monday Makes with Mariah. I think that's what we call this over here, isn't it? Monday Mixed Media Makes with Mariah. Oh, I added mixed media. The YouTube algorithm seems to like that.
Well,
Who
knew?
You know, when you have those little things like vidIQ and whatnot, it's helpful. I don't do the paid thing, but even a little free bit. So there you go. There's some free advice right there. My little content creator friends. Hook yourself up with some vidIQ. Titles matter. There you go. Look at that. I mean, learning things like 1 minute in. Alrighty, guys. Thank you so much for coming and hanging out with me. I have missed you greatly. I have acquired some, not only some vacation time, but acquired a nice little head cold and whatnot. Pretty sure my baby brought it to me, but it's just a suspicion.
Hey, she's up and running.
I mean, she just needed, sleep, and then she's all fine, and I'm like, Anyway, let's say hello to everybody. You say hello in the chat so I can say hello back, because otherwise I do not know that you are here. I like to know that you're here because I like to say hello. The pinky hello hands, pinky hello hands. Those are
Your
helpful.
husband is baiting you.
Oh, what does he say? Oh, and he's not sick. Oh, yeah, and the chatty one. Yeah, I know. I've been getting more messages. People are hating. It's all right. I'm fine with it. It does get me a little fired up.
Short people covered in germs.
I'm telling you. But it's hilarious because when they take them into the little camp thing, first thing, wash your hands. I'm like, I don't know if it helps. They stick their faces on things. That's the problem. I swear, we'll catch Izzy and she's just handrail, face on it. And I'm like, please stop putting your face on things. Because this is where it gets, this is where it enters. You need to just put like a little, one of those little diver mask things on her. So she can't. That's just, anyway, that's that whole thing. We've got Alice, Barbara, Becky, Brad, Brenda, Christy, Cookie Wookie, that is Mo, Darcy is here, Dawn, Dana, Eddie, Elizabeth O'Connor, Erna, Estella, Griffinchill, that's Rhonda, Isabel, Yanka, Jeanette, aka Jeanette, Jennifer, Jim, hey Jim, how are you doing? I hope you are better and out of the hospital. Carla, Lee Fisher, Michelle, Mama Guide. That is our new friend Lala in the Philippines. We had lots of Filipino people on the boat as far as they are like the wait staff, and they are amazing and sweet and lovely people. And especially when Brad speaks a little Tagalog to them, oh, they light up. They love it. I'm like, that's all he knows. We need to bring his mother. Then we'll get all the perks. Monkey is here, Rose, Soto, Sherry, Silgi, Star Traveler, that's Linda, Sue Davis, Suzanne Rivard, Tegan, hello, Shelly Studio, that is Margot. If I missed you, it was not on purpose. It is simply, I didn't see you on the list. So give me those pinky hello hands and I'll make sure that I say hello. All right, so to get started today, I'm going to go, couple of things. Make sure that you're over there in the Makers of Mixed Media Art Artists Facebook group if you are not, because that's the place to be, and lots of things happen over there. We've got collage prompts. There's gel printing prompts for the whole month of June this month. That's not something that we normally do, but Becky and Paula and Eddie put those together. Very exciting stuff. We've got the color combo. Lots of people taking care of that color combo. I was pretty darn proud. I don't know if you watched Carrie Griffiths mixed it. The indigo. Yeah. Now, what was funny, I really was, he kind of had me on my edge of my seat because I was like, I don't know that he's going to, because really all he needed to do was that last little thing that he did end up doing, and he hit it. So, I was proud of him. I mean, mixing colors ain't easy.
It isn't.
And if you're new to it, it's very intimidating. But he did a bang-up job. And speaking of Carrie, we're going to show off his stamps today, and I'm hopefully going to use them. Well, I'm going to use them. Kind of had some ideas, but we'll figure that out here in a minute. Also wanted to say a huge thank you to all of you that come to the live streams, that came all this last week, helped out P and Josh and our mods. I mean, modding like mods do, showing people how you do it. Much appreciated. I think that's kind of it, because my brain is a little, toasted from the amount of cold medicine that I've been consuming. I did not take any this morning because I wanted to be able to function. But they still are residual fogginess
That's definitely
from what I took last night.
Yeah.
Okay, so some fun little things my baby has been making. I get really excited about this. Well, she sort of drives me crazy because she comes and gets sticky notes and she comes and gets tape and then, you know, cuts out things and then there's stuff all over our floors. She gave this one to Gigi to pee. Isn't it cute? We're going to start just taking pictures of things and then, you know. And then this is some little character she's into watching some video game. I'm sure it's probably not appropriate, but it is on kids' YouTube and she watches some other gamer people play it. She doesn't actually play it. I don't really understand it, but, you know, seems to be a thing. But, hey, she gets real creative with this thing, and I don't know if this is the exact character. She said that hers is a little different. So I liked that. And then she's like, it goes with the PM Artist Studio little label thing. So that's what my baby, she wanted me to show these in the stream. That's what she's been up to. I'm going to hand that back over to you. I have a little bit of Happy Mail from my friend Darcy. And she sent a thank you. This is a thank you to Isabella because Isabella made her some earrings for her birthday. Isn't that just the cutest little bloppy animal? I love it. And I'm sure this was probably done during a video where she has a video based on it. And look at these envelopes. Darcy makes some of the best envelopes. There's even little, like, can you see that in there? I find that very impressive. That takes time. It takes time, y'all. And then look at this. Not only did she give me 1, 2, and a 3 ATCs plus a little folio. She has a video about this too. May I have? Really thought I'd make it further. P needs to do some talking. She needs to step up on being chatty.
That's not my
Not your job.
that's not my job. I don't.
Arty's awesome. But there's a video on the cards and the little folio. If Darcy wants to put her channel in, or I'm sure Mo will be on it, one of them. But yeah. I love this little folio idea, and she did all kinds of different ones. She also has a video on this. I was very excited. I don't know if this was meant for Izzy, but I'm not going to give it to her because I would like it. She did these rainbow things a while back. And she said, thank you for being a friend. Always so sweet. Super cool stuff. Thank you very much. And Izzy was very impressed with her stuff. Set that over there. Okay. I'm trying to make it through today. Okay. So, back to the book, y'all. And I thought that this is, because P pulled out, or she did tips and tricks. Look at that. She made notes. There you go. I would read it, but I'm trying to. But look at all these pages she did for me. But I think what we're going to do is we're going to mess about with some of these. Maybe even do the backs of them. And then there are even more that have not been torn up if we need them. But I think I'm just going to hold off because I'm guessing there's probably plenty.
Well, I did more than I thought anyway, but I didn't want to get rid of those quite yet. The leftovers.
Yeah.
Because I even the pieces that I took off, I thought, you know, if you wanted to do some collaging or something.
I think those came from somebody else. I want to say Becky. Maybe. Claim them if they're yours. Let me know. No chat. Hello, Lee. Hello, M. Escobar. Okay, I'm going to put this in a little hootie-doo. this is the hoodie dough. We may need these, but not right now. I just wanted y'all to know I was saving them. It's important. Now, let's see here.
I think I had those in there a lot neater than what you're doing.
Oh, here, if you'd like to.
She's just cramming them in there and they're getting all winky and wonky.
Winky wonky. Okay, here's our first set of little signatures that we were kind of doing. I think, are we only doing 2? Guess that's what was discussed. All right. These are Carrie's new stamps. They are mark makers in the little series. This one here is called Construction. I think these are gonna, some of these are going to be really fun. I really like, I think, oh here, I gotta stay in, okay, yes. Planets. Oh, good golly. Woo woo. Planets. I think this is kind of one of my favorites out of this new set. Oh, here. I also really like. That's quite. They're all good. This one, Sleepers. I think P will really like this one. Connections. It's kind of rune-like. Like that. Perspective. A fun little. Oops, sorry. Yeah. And then screw heads. That was funny. So we'll play around with some of these. Yeah. Yeah, they're foam. They're like the, you know, kind of foamy business. See? They're really great for mixed media. Because you can use them with the acrylic paints. Now, one of the things that you want to remember is when you are using them, if you do use them with acrylic paints, is that you want to have a little bath for them or stamp them off onto a wet paper towel so that way the paint does not dry up on them. Yeah. So, fun ones there. And then I had some thoughts on, alright, because P and I had kind of talked about let's put that over there and that over there too. I put down new paper. Back behind here is a lot of yellow and green. Just wanted to mention that.
Yeah, I told you she'd be kind of like, how did my paper get yellow?
Like, there's a lot of yellow and green over here. What's happening there? Okay. Yeah, and so Carrie has his, so keep an eye out for videos from him. I am sure that he will do lots of fun things with them. Now, something we want to do here. And I think we want to do these things to the backs of these first. These are also ATC size-ish, so they will work very nicely, like on ATC cards, you know? Like, here's a blanky kind of one, but see, look at that. Fit on there. All nice and inside the zone. No, please. We always welcome newbie questions. We love them. Do not ever be afraid to ask, even if it has been asked before.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. Somebody else probably wanted to ask it and just didn't.
Yeah.
That's what they always used to say at college.
So I think what I want to do, I'm sure you have some opinions on these, as far as, like, just some thoughts of, like, what to do on the back sides.
Well, that's why I was saving all of these little pieces for you.
I know, but I wanted to kind of do some stamping to start out with, to be in the background. I also had some thoughts about, okay, you had given me, 1 second, y'all, because I'm going to find this one
Well,
example.
you know, I don't mind telling you what I think about it, but after all, it is your book.
Well, thank you.
And I'm sure that I wouldn't be doing the same thing that you're doing.
No, that's right. I know you had given me one
I don't know what would...
sheet that oh, and we also have some napkins that
There are some cool napkins in there. Did you see them?
Sent you.
Did you watch that rerun?
I watched some of it live.
Yeah, Tina, I put them over there for her to look at.
I think that's super fun.
I like those too.
And I think she stamped that.
Oh, seriously?
If I had to guess. Yeah.
I've thought about that. You know, I saved my lime green napkins from the hospital.
Yeah.
And I was thinking about stamping them.
See, I knew there was some more in there as far as napkins were concerned. See, and I think she stamped these. I like that. Little birds and all the woody cutout things.
I know. I thought those were great, too.
This could go with the little book because it's very, see? Look at that. Look at that. Flower.
I love
floral.
those. I think those look almost three-dimensional, those flowers.
And we can see if we want to, you know, tap back the wowie zowiness of them. And we'll just use some parts, maybe. But let's get stamping first. And hello to everybody coming in. I'm trying, she's messing with scraps.
Oh, crap. I used all of my envelopes for your dead I need more packet envelopes.
Ah, okay. All right. Let's just, you know, dive in, get her done. You know, if we mess it up, we'll just fix it. That's the thought. Y'all on board? Hello, Kim. I love that. Hey, Jackie. I love her. Hooking in good company. That gives me a chuckle. I'm happy you're here. Alright. I think probably need to just put this off to the side, but this is where our pages are going to go. I think we need... Let's do this one, because we're going to need to do the back side of it anyway. But my thought here is that we use these in a way that we're creating more texture rather than just the stamp itself.
Now see?
She straightened up the scraps.
Well, you can access them more better, and you're more likely to use them instead of having to dig around in a bag.
Yeah. Doing good, P. Doing good work over there. Okay. I like the idea of these two together, and maybe even, I don't know. Let's just stamp.
There's Tina. She says hi.
Okay, let's stamp on this one. I don't know that this has a, well, it kind of does. I think that should be the top. But I don't know that it full on matters.
Now you do realize that that's going to stay sticky. Don't look at me like that. I'm just trying to be helpful.
I know. Sticky. She says it's gonna stay sticky.
So how are you sealing it?
With a kiss. Blech. Carefully. I'm gonna hand it over to you and say, slap it on the gel plate, lady. Put a wash over it or something. That'll be the fastest to get her done. Okay, I'm gonna try to stay in the kind of similar color range here. So if you wanted to get out your little 5x7 plate.
Well, me and Josh, you kind of.
If you used them all up, good golly.
They all have some kind of mucky muck. Oh, here I found. Now this is a 6x8, but it's always better to be a little bigger.
That's right.
I don't like to have to be right on the money.
Yeah, don't be on the money. Honey.
Yeah, it just. And Joshy and I have an appointment to go and look.
Yeah, I heard you. Boy, you were real adamant about making him commit to that.
I know.
You weren't letting him.
Him and Caleb have not been including me in their forays.
I know. Did you tell him you're feeling real left out about that?
I told him I was a little upset about it, yeah.
Now, I want y'all to know that as sweet as she is and that she did make these pages, she doesn't always line things up. But that's okay. There we go. New center. That's fine.
You told me they didn't have to be all like exact.
No, they don't
everything.
have to. They don't.
Can I do anything I want?
You can do anything you want.
I'm gonna give it a little of this kind of treatment.
A little of that treatment, okay. I'm gonna put okay.
I never.
I like that, Kim. Kim says, I love it. Reminds me of the frost on windshields. Yes. Like that. Okay, I'm going to use this. And I really like this one a lot. I think I'm going to use this one. I think that's going to look beautiful. Now, something else fun here would be, alright, so we got kind of, that's a good, maybe we mix it up with a little bit of this. Throw out the, yeah, I mean, she did use a ruler, but it was just the, rippy one.
Well, and sometimes I went to the scissors because I just got tired of dealing with it. Especially with that tissue paper.
See,
it's like pushing a rope upstream.
You don't want to push a rope upstream.
Check this.
Okay, let's show people that. Look at how cool. So all she did was just the wash out on the little gel plate, smushed it around with, rolling out with the brayer, and then slapped it on there. But doesn't that look cool? And then we're going to collage.
What's really cool is look what I have left behind.
Oh, here. Because it is the Distress Oxides. So y'all see, it left the little stampy business behind there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, Pete's fine. She's doing great.
Yeah, I'm in fabulous shape. Better than ever. I'm hungry right now. But I'm not going to eat anything until 12 because I'm not keto dying. But I am doing the fasting thing.
Hey, I'll tell you, that's the biggest thing. I still lost a pound on vacation. And I was not eating keto.
Amazing, considering.
And we were eating crap because, let me tell you, there wasn't a lot of... I mean, you can only eat so much salad and whatever, and then you're kind of like, all right, I'm going to eat that freaking croissant that has stared at me for 2 days. They keep putting it out there. I'm going to eat it. And then I was like, well, if I had a croissant, might as well have one of those little pastries with the raspberry stuff on it. Baby was like, I don't like that.
Hey, now, you're messing up your pretty white paper. I think you need to use this.
I will try to cough away from the mic. Boy, this thing looks awesome.
This has some working out.
Yeah. I have to hang that on the wall at some point. But we were really pretty good. Like, you know, even drinks and things like that, we weren't too crazy. You don't get too crazy when you got a kid with you.
Mo says food waste is a serious problem. I think you were thinking of the environment.
I was.
Yes.
And I tell you, I do struggle with that, like, on the boat. It's pretty sad. Like, we tell Izzy, you know, don't pick it up if you weren't going to eat it. Because it just, it really bugs me. I mean, I think this is my favorite stamp. It's just so cool. Look at that.
I like it.
All right, kind of try to stick to, you know, a little bit, if you want to. Please and thank you. All right, we got another one of those. Let's just stick with one. I'm going to stick with this one on the back side of this. And do a kind of ombre-y thing. Like I was doing there. And then maybe even mix in a little of that too. This just sort of goes purpley. Okay, actually, here, what would be smart? Look at me. Because y'all will be wanting to know these things. And let me tell you.
Oh, yeah.
Jennifer and Leah sent us these here oxide stamps, which we have been so grateful for. And the whole thing is that they do work really, they're fun to play with on the gel plate and stuff. There's some quirkiness to them. They do activate with water. That's why we're sort of trying to seal it up with the washout things. But you can see that, like, it doesn't bleed or bubble up. Because if you smack it down quick enough, it doesn't spread out too much. But even if it did, that would be okay. Because these are just little background things. Little background things. She might be messing things up over there. That didn't sound good. I ain't gonna be mad at her, though.
I can fix it.
It can always be fixed. Maybe. Got pretty brown. What'd you do? Oh. Got sticky.
It got sticky and it's leaving a little bit of
itself behind.
I'll just lick it and pick it.
Now, some of y'all may... I saw somebody.
Oh, well, screw that.
Maybe it was Itty Bitty. I think it was... Or Itty Bitty. It was Betty Penny.
Itty Bitty Penny.
Dude, my brain right now. Just, you know, forgive me. I think she was the one. But if you just look at that. And it just wipes away. I learned that from her, I think. Now, most time I wouldn't really even care about that, but I did think that was cool.
All right, so are you okay with this, or does it need to have something else done to it?
I think that's pretty cool, don't you?
Oh, I think it is, because it's sort of there's some of that sort of. It's a little darker than. I need to add some more water to that.
A little darker than it needs to be.
No,
it's a washout.
where it needs to be for a washout. And all I have is dirty water over here, so.
Dirty
Well, I guess,
water.
it's already dirty water. What am I worried about here? Oh, that's a little too dirty.
Oh, yes, 3 colors. So we got aged mahogany, rusty hinge, and kitsch flamingo. There we go. Look at that, y'all. Look at
I'm mixing up colors if you want to know what I'm doing over here.
Ooh.
I'm diluting my brown mixture. Oh, I think it's a bit heavy.
Is that?
Yeah, I'm diluting it with dirty water.
Dirty water. Is that how that goes? I don't know if that's what it goes. There we go. I like that.
Now I think that's going to be more better.
Okay. Send that one across to you. Now check that out. This is the one she was a little worried, but see, this is what happens when you're kind of doing things on the gel plate and it's sort of in an in-between, like it hasn't quite dried yet, it's still sort of wet. The paper will separate.
Yeah, and I left it on a little long.
Yeah, so like when you're doing kind of this whole, wet thing, you need to get it up.
Yeah, don't linger.
Because then you're setting it and then you might as well like let it dry on there. But we ain't got time for that. Not today. We'll just cover it up with a little stampy business there. Look at that. We're good. Maybe glue it down.
Yeah, I'm going to get this booger off here right away.
Uh-huh.
We're not going to have that.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I knew that you had the tiny tip.
Oh, and I need to tell y'all. Hello. Welcome. Let us know that you're here. If you've shown up and you just haven't said hello in the chat, give us a, little pinky hello hand. I'll do my very best to watch out of the corner of my eyeball here. Thumbsy upsies. Number 1 way to help us. Number 1. Well, watching is number 1, I think. Number 2 is, hey, I like this. YouTube likes to hear about that. And then if you really, really liked it, share it with your friends. We're going to talk more about that on Thursday. I told P I wanted to have a little more in-depth conversation on all that business.
Well, we may have to bust out the tissue paper and do a little patching here.
You're running into that situation again.
Oh.
You got your gel plate, the gel plate got cleaned up is what happened. Now it's working. It's sticking.
It is, and it's sticking in that same spot, which makes me think that...
Might need a little conditioning.
Yeah.
Because you do want your paper to release.
Oh my gosh.
Now, one of the other things that you could come back and do, and I'm sort of curious with this one. I want to try this since I have it here. Now, P's done the washout. Washouts are acrylic. So there's going to be that kind of a little bit of a sealing situation that happens. I'm going to move this down so y'all are a little more intimate with the situation here.
All right, here's a little tear here.
Yeah.
I think you can fix it.
Yeah, we'll fix that. Okay.
Now, I'm gonna condition this plate while I'm waiting for you to...
Okay, because I got something to talk about right here.
Okay, good, because I think this needs
No.
to... It's way too sticky.
Everything is better with a little bit of shimmer. That's my belief. If you don't subscribe to that, that's fine.
I'm getting mine in right now. I use that sparingly.
I like this whole idea of, and so sorry, I know I show these to y'all, and I apologize every time, but it is getting low. But this Mr. Huey's, I don't understand what happened, why they went away. But seriously, some of my most favorite sprays in the whole wide world.
And as far as sprays goes, me too.
Hey, Lynn.
And I was playing around with those before I got to the gel plate. So
Yeah.
Once I got to the gel plate, I'm kind of like, eh.
Yeah, she didn't need it as much. I'm going to do a little dabby business. Hopefully this doesn't go too green. But then... Sparkles! Now some feel that the sparkling makes it less, you know, legit, but I don't know. Some people just have a dislike of glitter. I'm not one of those people.
I'm massaging my plate over here if you want to know what I'm doing.
You heard that sound.
Little squeaks of joy.
Hi, Mary Ellen. Hey, bored grandma. So I got like that. I'm a little... Okay, now, I love these icing dye sprays, but they're very strong, and they are transparent, but they are very deep in color. If that makes any sense. 1 second.
I think it might be your old stamp pads that are messing up my holes here.
If you want to blame them, you can.
I'm going to.
Okay. I'm going to cover them.
And I'm going to have multiple opportunities, I guess,
To complain about it? Good.
No, to explore my theory.
Okay.
I'm certainly glad I didn't change my paper.
Me too. Me too. So I really did want to use this brown, but I'm hesitant. Because some of the things that you got to keep in mind, even though this is all very saturated and super duper, like, layers of acrylic paint on the side, it will bleed through.
If there's any paper that's not covered, it will bleed through.
Yeah, and even if it's a lighter color, sometimes it will, you know, come up through, and you're going to notice it. So, like, if you're really in love with the thing, just some
I
things.
think you should not do the brown.
Okay, not do the brown. How about a little grayish? Something or other, kind of purpley. But I'll spray it onto the thing and dab it.
I was going to say, if you don't know what it is, I think you really need to have a side gig.
We'll sidebar with that. Just don't go full on. It's kind of a greeny sponge. I need a grayishy one. There it is. I mean, it all gets sort of mixed up, but, you know. It's mixed media. We'll start out on the edge here a little bit, yeah. See, that's a little heavy. But that's one of the reasons I really like now, this is just a mix of just some stuff that I had. It's not this. So, don't pay any mind to that. This happens. This happens, y'all. Now, if you want to see somebody get some, you know, serious, like, painty, you know, slap them kind of saturation type situation, you can go over to see Darcy. She's a pro. She's all up in it. That's how she makes her envelopes. That's how she starts a lot of her cool background stuff. Ooh, I just had a little whoosh. I'm also still dealing with that. Feeling like I'm still on the sea. So much fun. We did have a really good time. And I'm happy that the sickness happened at the, you know, very last day. Although, not fun traveling. And then I feel really bad, too, because I'm like, sorry, you know. Just tried to make sure that the baby coughed into her arm and kept her hands washed and all that business. Look at that, though. See, doesn't that look cool? Fun. Let's do some stuff to this one. So the other one that she did, she put the pink on. So we need more pink on this one, I think. Or orangey. Which, right, you know, I got a lot of terracotta, y'all. We got terracotta covered. I like this orangey business. Lindy's are probably my, like, you know, most favorite that is available. They have lots of options, and they ship them without the water. Use distilled water. We don't, but you should.
Elle scoffs. She just saved her bread from burning, but she loves your combination.
It's wonderful. Now, see, one of the things that's super cool about mixing the sprays alongside or along with the acrylic washout paints is that they're going to hold, like in certain areas where it's a little more saturated with the acrylic washout, it holds that color better. But then it still blends, which is kind of fun. Yeah, see, I'm not a very good spray bottle owner. I don't really keep up with them very nice. But I'm going to show you what happens on the back side there. I think...
Do I need to poke a pin in it?
Yeah, well, it's... Maybe.
Might be further down in the bowels.
I don't know what situation is going to happen with this thing. I don't even know if it's going to squirt. Some of them are just, you know, open and dab. The spray bottle's
that's right.
Just a suggestion.
Crazy, yeah.
Now I gotta be careful with this. This is an oxide kind of crazy mix. Abandoned coral. I really love this color. But you gotta watch out because it's a distress oxide. So it sort of like covers all things. See? I just wanted to show you guys some of the different things that sort of happen with all of these and how to mix it up because it's mixed media. Because I had this whole idea we had talked about what we were going to do to the back sides of the pages. I'm like, well, we should try different things. And then it would be fun to mix it in with Carrie's new stamp launch. I think he's traveling today.
Eddie says, can those sprayers be soaked in vinegar? Oh, sweetie, we've soaked those sprayers in everything imaginable.
You can. You just gotta, I mean, the thing is just keeping up with them.
Just give me a flip top. I mean, basically, that's what you're doing here anyway. The only reason you're using those spray things is because it's keeping the stuff from leaking out in the drawer.
She ain't wrong.
It's for effect only.
She ain't wrong.
I'm going to work on my beans. I'm kind of done with what you're doing over there.
Well, can you at least keep an eye on chat? I mean...
Oh, soak them in hot water. We've done that, Maya.
Yep.
Actually, some of them have had multiple soakings.
Mm-hmm. We're just kind of over it. But see, now this is cool. Okay, I was hoping I was getting it saturated enough that it was starting to push through. You can do it that way too. And then just kind of dab in what's on the sponge. So this is just a sparkly one that was left over. Mainly water with sparkly. Y'all see that? Woo. But then it's fun, cause see. And then if you want, you can come back over on this side. And it'll go down in the areas.
The sprayers inside the water. Ah, yeah, I know what you mean to clear the pump, clear the pipes.
Yeah, we've soaked it, and that does work. It's just I'm really bad at it, and I don't like clean them and
She
stuff.
doesn't do that.
Yeah.
Yes, we've soaked them in alcohol. We've soaked them in Murphy's oil. We've soaked them in ammonia direct. Remember, I did because I had some
Just got serious with it.
made up stuff, to clean the mirror.
Yeah. So, kind of fun stuff. And then what'll probably, because I kind of see it already happening here, is the design from the other side will start to show up over here. Now, with that being said, P made some really cool papers. Okay, let's put that off to the side there. Okay, where are those? With this whole thought process in mind. And this is what, remember? And you're like, oh, look at that.
Oh.
Some of y'all may recognize these. Again, this was probably 4 or 5 streams ago.
There's a really nice paper there.
But it really started out, and actually the first stream would have been when you were showing the maker's stamp, the maker's mantra. Because see, and then when she does the washout stuff,
It does
pushes that stuff through. So if it gets saturated enough, you can kind of get this same situation. So kind of two ways to end up in the same place with papers that have really cool sides, both sides. Did y'all enjoy that? Shall we continue? Maybe we should put the, do you have the mantra?
Hello, Jessie.
Have the mantra stamp? Hi, Jessie. How are you?
I don't know what you're talking about.
The maker's mantra, our scripty, you know?
Oh, of course I do. I know right where it is. I was thinking about using it, actually. I reorganized my little basket.
Yeah.
Oh, that's not it. That's not it.
I think in the back. So, yeah, that's the stampy stamp right there. Could do one.
You want my red stamp pad?
No. I think I'm going to try to do something kind of subtle and see what it does.
Oh.
And see if it pulls things through because this is the oxide stuff. Could be fun. Could be fun, y'all. This one
Layla asked, are all these mixed media paper? Are all these mixed media? Yes, mostly. Watercolor paper? No. They're just Hammerhill.
32-pound Hammermill.
Hammermill.
Premium copy
Yeah.
paper. It's the one with the parrot.
Well, it used to be. Sometimes they change it, you know.
It should still be the parrot.
Yeah, okay.
But they did change their packaging. Like, it used to have a big parrot on it. Now all the little animals are little.
And we have used no prep with gesso. No mixed media matte for the most part. No need. Hello, Robin.
Hi, Robin.
Well, I can't see it. It was so subtle that it didn't show up.
Listen here. It's there. That's why I gave it a wiggle. Let me know in the chat if you see it.
I don't see it.
Let me hold it there for a second. See, you can see it in there.
Well, if you stop wiggling it. Oh, I see it now. Gosh.
So glad to be back and loved. Okay. That one needs to dry. Here, let's try it on here and see if we get any, different results. Let me put some lids on things because that could be a dangerous situation.
Extremely.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, I emptied up one of my, I think it was from my magnesium
Here, maybe.
lavender stuff, and I cleaned it out and I put my big white into that.
Here, we'll go a little darker. Now, the other thing to keep in mind is that some of these are still like kind of dampish, and that's gonna affect these oxides.
And I think I'm going to seal them in, too.
They're always active unless you put some kind of sealer over them. That's my understanding.
Oh.
Ooh, see? Look at that. I'm going to go a little more lightly there. Look at that.
Hooking in good company. Can you put those in water to soak? Oh, you mean the spray things?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can, and we've done that before. I mean, we went all out.
Yeah, it's kind of
Susan Taylor Brown sent us a whole box full.
So we spent like a good day
working with these things.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so scorched timber worked a little better as far as showing up. But I think, see, that's cool, like how it runs together, and then as this soaks in, it's gonna do different things because it is the oxide, and this is still wet. You can see how limpy it is. Limp. Because it's wet.
It was a little smudgy, but I don't mind. I like it.
Well, I mean, I wasn't going for exact. Otherwise, I would have lined it up. It's a good thing Carrie's not here. I probably would have been a little like, I can't handle that.
Maya said the lady said to wipe your nostril
Yep.
before you put them away and separate the straw. Oh, come on, give me a break.
You can.
Who's going to do all that stuff?
Some people.
I guess so. I'm not doing that.
No.
That's why I have a squeezy bottle over here.
Ours all look like a hot mess. Whatever.
Yeah,
So do mine.
Stuff running down her legs. She's got her nose clogged up, and they still squirt like a champ. You got something for me to do? I'm getting a little bored over here.
Oh. Well, here, why don't you play around with these and just, do things with them. And we can put them in packets.
Oh.
Give her something to do there. What does the mantra say? Let's see if I can remember right. Where did I put it on the site? 1 second, I'll tell you. It's been a little bit since I wrote it. And then...
Oh, Glenda Johnson says the distress glaze works well to seal it.
Oh, yes. I want some of that stuff.
We don't have any.
We don't have any of that stuff. It's kind of like the embossing powders, but it seems like it's more transparent. It does have color to it, but it's transparent.
Well, what form is it?
Powder.
Oh.
It's like heat emboss.
And then you heat it?
I think so. Is that right? I mean, there's a couple of different, because there's a paste, and then there's, yeah. Let's see here. Did I put the mantra in here? Oh, just let me, hold on. Let me stamp it and then we'll know. Here, we'll put it in the background of this one. Like that. Let's see. The maker's connection is without a... Oh, hold on. I'm going to stamp it again. I thought it was going to stamp harder. I got more papers. Don't y'all worry. And this will keep them all connected. Connected. I'm going to go with that. We'll see if I can read it. It's in P's handwriting. Let me tell you, it took us a while. Hey, Carrie.
We're talking about you.
The makers community is without... What is it? And interconnected circle is that unites us all within this circle. Each of us plays a vital role as the creators of mixed media art and artists. There we go. Roundabout. Roundabout. I'm gonna kind of... There we go. Making it more textural. That's what we like to say sometimes around here. Textural. Because I think once you spray this, it does things. We'll see. There we go. Now it's fading in. What do we got on the other side here? Ooh. We can go a little wild with this one. I've been using your stamps, Carrie. So I'll show you here and see in the background there. It's getting a little wild, but this is my favorite so far. Maybe we even...
Oh. Yeah, she says, Maya says, just wipe the hole.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. If
we do try to do that.
I do, but it's yeah. I sometimes forget. And certain ones, like the Distress Oxides and stuff, you really want to make sure that you do that. The Mr. Hewers, a lot of those were that way too. like if you didn't wipe that hole, because they're really heavy pigmented.
Yeah.
And so it clogs up. And I think there's certain acrylicness to it, without, you know, any better word to describe that. Apologies. Now this is kind of one of those weird stamp pads that we've just mixed up.
It's a hybrid.
Yeah, so it's a Distress Oxide peeled paint, but it's mixed in with whatever this stamp pad was, which was an archival ink. So, you know, you can mix them up. We do.
Once you buy it, you can do anything you want to.
There we go. Like that. I'm gonna make that green. Maybe orangey. Oh, orangey again. That's probably gonna make my green more brownish, but that's fun too. Canyon. See, I was a bad spray bottle owner.
I just think that they're high maintenance.
They are. It's kind of like
I'm not into that.
Oh, hey. One good spray. Ooh. Ooh. She be giving.
You didn't wipe her nose.
I did.
Oh, you did?
That's why she's working.
After you were finished?
Uh-huh. Oh, well, I mean, before, no, but yes, now. I need some pink on this to chill that out. I don't know if I'm chilling it out any. Got things going on, y'all. I am. I'm working through it. I don't feel 100%, but you know, working through it.
Just working through it, guys.
Go watch out. Your little fingerprints with these oxides are gonna show up. I forgot about that. They're temperamental. I think that's kind of fun. Looks good with that. Fairly happy. Now we may do some more on it, but it needs to dry. This thing needs a little more something something, and I think this pink is the something something it needs. Now these Fabio ones, flat. Hi, Gerald. Are similar-ish to sort of how the Distress Oxides, because they're going to have like a white in them, so they're going to go more opaque. If I, you know, hopefully I've explained that in a way that y'all kind of can relate. But you'll notice as it sort of dries up, see, it'll have these little lighter, more opaque areas. And that's why I say, like, you know, and so you can even see it settled down. I haven't shaken it that much, or as much as I should, to make it more opaque-ish. Ish,
y'all.
Ish, y'all.
Ish.
She's messing with me. I love this yellow so much. I just cannot even tell you.
Hey, I got some of that.
Do you?
I do.
But see how cool it is that then, so where we stamped in the background is, some places it fades back in, and some places it comes back up. Fun.
It's kind of like what's her name's song.
What are you talking about?
Not what's her name, what's his name. You know, not Curious George.
With the hair? That guy?
Not Curious George, but the other one. Curious George was the monkey. This guy's the dude. Wears hat and has braided hair, I think. Something like that.
Willie Nelson?
No.
I mean, I don't know.
George. It's a song. She comes and goes. What's the main thing in it?
Okay.
It's some pop stuff.
All sorts of kinds of sprays, Sheila. From even some mixed up kind of distress oxide sprays. You know, you can get the re-inkers too, and sometimes water those down and use those in different ways if you want to. Some people nay on that, but we have. Seems to work just fine. Mr. Huey's, which you can still find certain colors, certain places on the internet, but they are very hard to find, and they're usually low pricing. People want too much for them, even what I'm willing to give for such awesome sprays. But I do love these. And then I do have some of the Eyes Ink dye sprays. These are they're really cool because they will like stay in place. You got to be careful if you're spraying like directly onto something, because it will just like saturate it and it doesn't really move. Like when it says it's a dye, it just pretty much stays there. So if you want it to be more watery, you need to do that prior to like spraying it out of the bottle, because it can be done. I've even seen good old Sethy like, you know, paint with them and do all sorts of little things over there on his, you know, Facebook page. But I'm thinking that looks pretty cool. And it's just nifty how, like, see the oxide stuff comes up and how those lines just show up in the way that they do. I think that's cool. I don't know about y'all.
I think it's absolutely fascinating.
Mm-hmm. Well, Adria, if you have some Mr. Huey's that you would like to send to me, I would love to give them a home.
Yeah.
We like them.
We might trade you out.
Yeah. Trade you something. Holler at me. I love the Mr. Huey's. Hi, Sophia. Okay, so another one down. Now what should we do? Oh, here, I have this one. You want me to show those little papers?
I'm not quite finished with them.
Okay. I'll use this one. Now let's show the difference between... Alright. So distress ink. I don't know if I have an... this isn't a very juicy pad, but we'll see. Let's see what happens here. Plus it's got mixed things on the stamp already, but... Alright, Becky. Thank you.
Becky leaving us?
Uh-huh. And welcome to those of you that have come in. Do say hello in the chat so we can say hello back. If I've missed you, I do apologize. You know, just keep giving me a little pinky hello hand every time when I look at the chat. I will make sure that I say hello back. And give those thumbsy upsies if you haven't.
Thumbsy upsies. Here, I want to share this with you.
Okay.
All right, this is you can this is the but look what it does, and it leaves an impression on the plate.
Yeah, let's talk about
I want you to start saving these for me. If they don't go all the way through.
Listen here, we had a conversation about this once. But I'm glad we're doing this during a stream. Because it's printing technique, like the little bear that I have down there that's etched in. What do you call that? Is it the lithography?
I don't know.
This is my brain's just not.
So, are you saying you can't save them for me? I just need to know.
Yes.
Don't give me a long, technical answer. Just tell me yes or no.
Yes, we can save it.
Thank you. That's all I wanted to know.
But it's interesting because, of course, it does leave an impression. And, of course, it would be in, like, a printing kind of process.
Intaglio, I think.
Intaglio, kind of, because it's like an etching or just, even in
it could even look like copper plating.
Exactly. Yes.
Where you use the acid to...
Yeah. And here's the other thing. even in the way that laser prints work, or offset printing, like in the high gloss magazines, because the gel plate or printing surface is, you know, now whenever you do it like in true printing form, you would actually do it through the pressure of, you know, putting it through the roller or the press.
Yeah, press. Now, the other thing that people do is they do the thing where they use the spoon.
Oh, yeah. Kind of burnishing.
Burnishing.
Yeah. So you need pressure of some sort, but then, you know, any bit of... It's very sensitive. So see, like, what happened is, like, sometimes the blades are just done, or it gets a piece of
sticky stuff.
Well, some of this will pop out, and then it gets caught in the blade, and then all it does is a kiss cut. See? So the impression is there. And that's why, of course, it would work on the machine. And see, it's even on the back side there. In fact, I think you have it more on this side than this side. This is just the embossed, basically, side. This is where it was really cut. See? So, yeah. I like talking about these sorts of things. I don't know if y'all do or she doesn't. She's being kind of a poop head. So that's interesting. The Distress ink does do a little bleed out, a little bit. Because it was kind of damp down here, which I don't care. I mean, we're making these into backgrounds, so. And ain't no thing but a chicken wing. I don't know what happened. Oh, there's the green I was looking at. I'd already pulled it out.
Here's the papers if you want to.
Oh. Yeah, so here were the little examples, you know, that we stamp off, and then we'll put those in. If y'all want to place an order, these will go into some packets. You might be lucky and get those. P's back on making packets, so no more laser prints. Ooh. You want me to show that? Here, you want to... Oh, you should have put it down on. Although it doesn't really go with the book very much, but that's what she created with the weird little...
And plus some of the other...
kiss cut business.
Brad hooked me up with some more defective gauze. I think that one has more... Well, no. It's the fan coral that is the one that... We don't even talk about it. Don't want anybody to order it.
It's tricky.
It's tricky.
It takes a long time to clean.
There's a lot.
I have mentioned.
It's like the porcelain of the stencil world.
I have said that I was okay with removing it from the shop because it is an absolute nightmare to clean.
Well, I think you should just make it so dadgum expensive. Because, you know, the reason porcelain is expensive is because a lot of it is lost in the kiln. It slumps or cracks or breaks or whatever. So that's, I think that should be indicative in the price of a stencil. I think this is wonderful. I'm keeping this. You can't have it.
Okay. It is wonderful. Alright, I'm going to show y'all one of these sprays that is a little hot mess crazy. Not that one. Alright, where's my green? Is it over? Bear with me. Alright, Sethy, there you are. Okay. Now, like I said, warning. You're now going to see. But I will tell you this. These do very rare. I have never had these clogged. But I think it's because they're so finely pigmented that they... It's just, see, this is almost out. So it's hitting the little hooty-doo when I hold it. But you'll see that, like, in some of these spots, if I come back over, if it's still wet, it'll move. But once it's kind of soaked in there, it doesn't really move. Something to keep in mind. I also have stuff in my sponge. FYI. But see, that's fun. And I kind of wonder if I don't know if it's doing things or not. There we go. There's still some stuff on this one. Doing things, doing things. Hi, Margie. So, what is P doing on her plate? She's just futzing around over there.
I'm using my tape removal technique. I'll show you, but I'm not ready to show you right yet.
All right, so this was a very saturated, or, you know, multiple layer, well coated with the acrylic. But you can see that in some areas, especially with the dye, it will sort of soak through, and you can see the discoloration behind there. And as this dries, more of it probably will push through, because you can
well, just soak through.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm pretty pleased with that, though.
I think it's very interesting.
I mean, I'm super pumped about my papers today. Like, I hope y'all are enjoying this. Hi, Devin. I think I got whatever you got on the boat.
You want me to save this?
You do whatever you think you need to do, lady.
I'm not saving it.
Okay.
Susan, I'm throwing some stuff away.
Susan's just throwing things away. Okay, so any other things I can show? Stamp-wise, the thing I wanted to bring home to you guys, to, like, you know, reiterate, to just the whole idea of making the book pages and making them two-sided can be fairly simple. And either by using washouts and or sprays of all sorts of types, along with stamping, especially with Distress Oxide stamps, because they're fun. They seem to push and pull the color in very interesting ways. Oh, Rhonda's new stamp in use. Okay. You want to hand me over Rhonda's? Do you guys want the swirl or the swishy one? The square one, rectangular. That's what I'm trying to say. Where's your heart?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Rhonda's new distress stamp.
Oh! Let me fetch that for you.
Okay. That'll be fun. I'm good with that. And that's appropriate. These are, you know, Aloha.
Well, dadgummit, I know I've got it here. I just used it the other day.
It's got some blue on it, I see. Let's see. Let's mix it with this pumice real quick and see what happens. Although that's orangey, let's not do that. Let's go back to our rusty hinge. See what we can do here. And I like mixing at least 2 different colors. I think that gives just a little more interesting stamping. What do y'all think? Let me know. Let me know in chat. If you're watching on replay, let me know in the comments. And if you're just hanging out and showing up and doing all that business, if you would be so kind, thumbsy upsies, y'all. One of these days we'll make it to 10,000 subscribers. And then we're going to do a big old giveaway.
Yeah.
Ah, see, look, it's...
What?
I don't know what you had on this or whatever. Something's kind of oddly showing up.
It's my blue mix, which is, I use sometimes red and I use sometimes blue. But it's my stamp pad, so I can do whatever I want.
Oh, no, that's right.
Right.
Alright, that's kind of interesting. Alright, what we got on? This is green. Let's do our scorched timber. I'll let that sit and hang out for a second. Let's see what we can do here. Hello, Elizabeth. I do like this whole distressy business. Look at that. Kind of bookend this and get us going there.
Pardon me.
Now keep in mind this is sort of bumpy surface in the background here too, so that's why I'm not getting like a full on. But there you go.
I think that looks very cool. I like it.
Mariah, do you ever slide your stamp on the pad to get ink darker, or like what do you mean? I mean I usually like,
I beat the tar out of it.
like this. No, I don't think. You want to be careful probably with that, just because, especially with some stamps that have more open areas, because then you're going to get it in the background part, and then with it being foam, you could then here I'll show you an example. 1 second, because I think that would be a good thing to show y'all, that you know, maybe some things to perhaps avoid. But there, check that out. I like that. It's kind of like distressy words. That's how my brain is working right now. Okay. So yeah. Like this one. You've got a lot of thinner lines in here. So if you get a little too cray-cray, which, you know, I kind of did down in some of these areas. See, now I have ink back behind here. And so I think, you know, if you do this, you're more likely to kind of rub ink down into your foam there. Want to be careful with that, because then you end up with a situation where, like, you are gonna create not a full-on clean stamp, and of course it's not gonna, you know, do it when I'm talking about it.
Yeah, it's like getting your kids to perform.
I know. But yeah, there's that business back there, you know. But yeah, so you could see that it showed up on the stamp part there. And if you press too hard, or if you're trying to get a really clean, you know, image, it's not going to work. Or if you're trying to show people that it's not going to be a clean image, it's going to work really well. Because that's Murphy's Law. That's all I'm saying about that. I'll tell you, this paper has been around for a while.
What paper?
This one.
Oh, yeah.
And these prints.
Isn't that wonderful?
It really is. And it feels so cool. It's very that, you know, Momogami business kind of situation, because she's just wrinkled the bejesus out of it. And then it got printed and painted, and then I think it got wrinkled again.
It's very heavy.
Well, and what paper is it? Is it the 32-pound hammer wheel? Because, I mean, it just doesn't even feel like it anymore.
I think it's tissue paper.
I don't think it's tissue. No way.
It's tissue.
No way that's tissue.
It might be something that somebody sent us.
Maybe.
Yeah. I had a little trouble tearing it. I don't really, honestly, I do not
We'd have
know.
to find that stream. Yes, Lynn, I had that same thought. I was kind of like, you know, Jax. Sort of has that Jax-like playfulness to it, like, yeah, oh, here it is. And then it sort of has an 80s vibe to it. Could be, you know, depending on what colors and what other things you put with it, it could do a lot of different things, style-wise, is what I'm saying. Alright, let's spray these booger-boos that we got going on here. Okay, this one we want to keep. I'm trying to sort of keep them similar, front and back. Not spot on, but similar. Try some other sprays here. This is Kiss 'em Kaneki Coral. I tell you, one set that I really do love is the of the Lindy sprays are the ones based on grease. Seriously, they're some of the best colors. This might be watered down too, because I just have loved on it a lot. Also, why it's spraying still, because it's been watered down. All right, Margie. Thanks for hanging. What are you doing over there?
I'm taping. It's on some of Josh's things that he had down that didn't quite come up. But it left a really cool background.
Yeah.
So I'm just pursuing it.
You're pursuing it, huh?
Pursuing it.
This one, which was also orange creamsicle, really love this. I like the orangey colors a lot. I'm not sure exactly why that is, but yeah, and Carrie has his, so keep an eye out. I mean, I'm sure any day now he'll show us what he's gonna do with them. Now let's see what we can get off of. So I sprayed down there. There's still a little bit of, you know, who's it, what's it going on in here. And that's very wet. So I'm wondering if it's going to pull up or push in some of the ink. Y'all understand what I'm saying?
Not really. Oh, because you're pressing.
Because I'm pressing. So it does still have some of the oxide inks and whatever that I've used. And you can kind of see where it pressed it in. Or it's going to kind of soak up some of the spray. So it's like lifts it. Which is kind of cool. It's hard to see here, but it's there. And it may dry that way. I think that's very interesting.
I do too. And I think that's a perfect little stamp to do that with. Now,
oh, here, look at that. So I'm just using the edge to add a little more in there, you know? And because, again, with the foam, it's going to soak up all that ink. There's more on there than you realize. Some of it dries. Some of it just kind of stays there until you start using it again. And then this had sort of a mixture of the scorched timber and the green, but, you know, mixed in with the orange, it does that nice sort of...
Does that need cleaning now?
What?
The stamp.
I mean, you can. Well, Ricky. I will tell y'all, if you haven't canceled your...
Brad mentioned that earlier.
Oh, he did. Okay, good.
But it behooves you to go ahead.
Okay, and wait, my poor little brain is trying to remember how to say it properly.
You need to cancel something.
Yeah, the renewal. You want to turn off your renewal. Don't cancel your membership. Just turn off your renewal. Points are coming very soon. We're trying to, I mean, it could even be by the end of the week. Maybe. It's a possibility. But we'll do a demo and, you know, talk through it all. And we'll send out emails and things of that nature. And then there'll be like a page that goes through it all. But see, isn't that beautiful from one side to the other? Look
I
at that.
absolutely love it. You know that I do. It's just, it's icky and a little bit sticky and crunchy and a little slightly gross. But I love it.
Alright, yellow. We're going to go real punchy yellow here, but I'm going to try to find my other yellow. I think I have one. That's pretty good. I need to find another yellow to purchase. I got gold. I don't know about that. Maybe we do. If I go green, it's just going to wipe out all my green stuff that I got going on there. I don't want to do that. So, I got to hit the Lindy's again. Just got to do it, y'all. Actually, what we're going to do first here, make our Lindy's go a little, or Mr. Huey's, sorry. Make the Mr. Huey's go a little further. Wet that paper, which makes the oxides do some funny things. Interesting, the things that they do. Look at that. And it just makes it look like it, you know, the different levels just really show up. Isn't that cool?
Mm-hmm.
And then from one side to the other.
Barbara said she doesn't know if she did it correctly.
Everybody that I have seen do it, it seems to have done it correctly. But just, you know, holler at me and remind me. Email or message me on Facebook if you are on there. There we go. I just think, I don't know. I'm highly impressed with this. Hopefully y'all are too.
That was Thumper.
And I'm so glad that you're entertained over there.
I read these things. And Ron says the spray inks are so fun. I think they're frustrating as all get out.
Well, she'd have everything. She doesn't know how to just... Well, and you notice that half my sprays don't really work. It's more like dabbing. But
I'm a dabba-dabba-doer, but...
She's slop it down on a gel plate and get her done. Now... This one will be interesting because I don't really know exactly. I have some thoughts about what's happening with this.
What? Show me again.
What you did is it's been gel printed, obviously, with
and
some
then
later.
It's had the stuff wiped around on it.
Right, and then the purpley business.
That's what was the wipey on.
That's paper, more opened paper than, and so the washout pushed through, and then this is probably just some, I don't know that it pushed through, but she probably just kind of, you know, that kind of business.
Yeah. It was an accidental pusher.
Yeah. Now, let's use this one again. This is my favorite. But I'm a little afraid of what's going on there. Okay. Just want y'all to see. Look at this. So, I really inked that one up, remember? But see how that distress oxide, how it comes up to the surface? I just think that's really cool.
Is it dry all the way?
Not all the way. It's getting there. So I think more and more of that's going to kind of happen. And then if you're worried, if you're going to put more media on it, you can spray it with a sealer.
You can put it on the gel plate.
Put it on the gel plate. Or put, you know, but at this point, like, if you wanted to seal it, like, right away, you could put the embossing powders or that glaze stuff over it. But I don't think you'd want to do that, like, now, because that would be hard to hit it in the right spot. Although, it could be interesting. You know, if you wanted to try to match it up. Okay. I wanted the purple, and then... Oh, I've got quite the mess here. Alright, we've got about 30 minutes. Let's see here. Alright, we'll do the purple, and where's my rusty hinge? It's over here. Good golly, I got like everything out. I'm operating like P right here.
I heard that.
Mm-hmm. Alright, this is when it's a little, I mean, it's got some zing to it. So we'll see what we do here.
Thumper going at it again.
Yeah, I've never had any of those gloss sprays. Dude, I would imagine you really have to keep those nozzles clean. Oh, that wasn't the color I wanted, but we're going to do it. So I think it was a good choice anyway, because I would have lost. I would have lost it, y'all.
I'm just getting stuff down that we can pull for tomorrow that Joshy left on the
Okay.
plate.
Okay. So, yeah, you can't keep them clean enough. They always clog. Ah, spatter. Okay. I like, isn't this is my favorite. Because I think it can do a lot of things. Because it's both circular and linear. It has both things. Circular and linear. I don't know how dark this is. See, this is a little darker goldy business than this one. See, this one just a shimmer. This has a little bit of, and I would love to say that this is this stuff, but it really probably isn't. It's gonna be a mixture of things, but close. I mean, there was some of that in there, and that's why it does have a little color to it. This apple whatever business. But I like to be honest with y'all about that.
Yeah, because they order that, and it's not that.
Yeah.
Everybody's going to be like, hey, Mariah.
Hey, Mariah.
Hey, Mariah.
False advertising.
It's okay. You can call her out. She can handle it.
Oh, well.
She'll chat about it.
I'll chat about it. I really want that one to spray. Spray! It's not gonna do it. Maybe we go with this one. This is the coral one. That's good. I'll get her done. It's interesting too to see how the shimmer stuff will collect on and around the stamped parts there. It's heavier. Or maybe it's just more noticeable because it has a contrast behind it. That's probably it too. Yeah, that'll be pretty nice, wouldn't it? Again, I will say that the dye sprays don't clog. Not nearly, like, I don't think I've ever had one of those clog. But they're pretty hardcore. Like, they are full on mixed up pigment. Suspended in whatever. If that makes any sense to y'all, I don't know. But you gotta be, like, super careful, because these things are so strong. So watch here, see? And then once it's sort of down there, it don't move. Y'all see that? You kind of fade it out a little, but once it's there, it's there. Just something to keep in mind. I'm gonna try to speckle this in. Or I take a lighter. You can just spray water into it. Water it down. And then see how much. It will dry lighter, though, too. Keep in mind that. Something, you know, one of the reasons, and I know I kind of keep talking about it or bringing it up, is that mixing the sprays with the acrylic paints and washouts adds more depth. Because if you just use sprays, it all just starts to mix together, and then it's just a hot mess brown business of, you know, mud. If you want to, you know, get more than a few colors. But if you want to kind of layer it up and have it hold in places, that's why it's really cool to intermix those, and then pretty nifty with bringing in those oxides, because they do react with the water, but like you can see that it starts to push up that more opaque white-ish kind of thing to it. So yeah. I think that's it. I mean, I don't know how many more I need to do.
I don't either.
I was kind of hoping to, these would dry, but they aren't dry enough to put in the book. And I don't want to mess them up. So, what I'd really like to do is maybe tomorrow have a few minutes to put them in the book.
Okay.
Or you can put them in the book for me.
That probably wouldn't be good. I put some of those in, and I did not find it terribly rewarding.
Oh, you didn't like that whole process?
Not much, no.
Okay. Alrighty, guys. So, let's just kind of leave it there. I am gonna go to the... I know y'all been missing the, you know, thumbnail business. I'm sure of it. I think I'm just going to leave the ones with Joshy on, and then I'm going to make one for Sunday that has Josh on it, so we just kind of know that that was the week that he helped for the streams, you know?
Yeah.
Oh,
He was a trooper.
These things. Look at that. Isn't that cool?
This would look really good with that paper.
Well, do you want to...
But I'm not going to, you can't have it right now.
Okay, I'll put it down on top. I don't know.
You can't have it because I'm going to pull it with another metallic, because this is my custom made metallic.
Okay, I'm gonna go, let's see, no, that's not what I want. I need MK. And then I'm gonna hold these up like this over here and put my favorite one underneath it like that. My hair looks a little weird today, but oh well. I have to do that for a few seconds because otherwise it's really hard to grab it. Alright guys, thanks for hanging. We'll see you here tomorrow. Bye!
Bye!